So yeah, you can play on this screen, but why would you when you can play on this screen? Right? Hello everyone, Slick4Tech here. In today's video we have the Samsung Galaxy Fold. This has a Snapdragon 855 processor, and it is very expensive, but you do get this beautiful foldable screen. So let's get started. We are using Dolphin 5.0 MMJ, and we will be testing GameCube games in this video specifically. Settings wise, I will be using similar settings for most of it, and you can see here there's a temperature, percentage of RAM, and battery temperature, CPU temperature, battery temperature. Sync on skip idle will be enabled, and emulated clock speed, this should be off. Enhancements, internal resolution is set on 720p. Sorry if there is a flicker on the screen, this is to do with my camera. I'm gonna need to fix the settings later, I'm not sure what it is right now, so there's that. But let's get started. Straight away we're gonna start off with Time Splitters. This is Time Splitters Future Perfect. My Xiaomi gamepad here, so you shouldn't see my finger on the screen too much. As you can see, we are getting 26 FPS, which is pretty decent, I would say. And now we're up to 44 FPS. Honestly, not the most playable game on this phone, but still doing impressive, getting Snapdragon 855 on this instead of an Exynos. Exynos would have played this much worse. Next one is Resident Evil 4. I did put on stretch to screen. I don't know if it's enabled though, since this game. Either way, this is the MMJ version, not the official version from the Google Play Store, so if you want to see the Google Play Store version, you're gonna have to download it from the Play Store and test it there. But for me, I've noticed MMJ performs better, so I'm using this one for now. The games which do not perform well, I can show you that in this video too, but we'll see how it goes for now. Let me just skip this. I don't know how to shoot. I'm gonna die. There. Did I? This is Naruto Gekito Ninja Taisen 4. Hope the focus is alright for this. Okay. I'm gonna quickly toggle the controls so you could have a better look at the actual quality of the device playing these games. As you can see, it just looks beautiful, especially since it's on 720p. I have no idea how to play it. I have no idea how to play, but yeah. As you can see, we're getting stable 60 FPS either way, so that's good. Even cutscenes are still showing 60 FPS. It's a very good sign. Handling it perfectly. Next game is Spyro. This is a hero's tale. Again, another beautiful. You can see how beautiful it looks. I don't know if the camera shows it, but truly looks amazing. Cutscenes. Speaker's beautiful too. Sounds beautiful, I mean. Yeah, I'm gonna run a bit so you could see how it is, but since nice and smooth. $60 FPS, no frame drops whatsoever. This one is Legend of Spyro: A New Beginning. So there it is. I don't know if it's gonna let me. So for what I can remember for this game, it does run better on Vulkan. So I will quickly show you that. Wrong place. I think it was graphics setting. Vulkan. Which one was it? This one? I'm not sure. But we'll see. Nope, running worse. So you'd better to stick with OpenGL for most of these games. So let's quickly jump right into another. So 25 FPS is a pretty dark scene, so we can't see much, but let's find our way out of here. As you can see, we're getting a stable 25 FPS, no frame drops at all. Let's do some combos and see. Here, that's brighter, we could see at least. As you could see, we're getting a nice smooth 25 FPS, no frame drops whatsoever. Beautiful. Moving on. We got... I'm gonna try and go through most of these games quicker because there's a lot of games to test out. This is Battle Stadium DOM. So as you can see, we're getting a stable 60 FPS, no frame drops at all. So, done, moving on. Whoa, sorry. Crash Tag Team Racing. This game has two things you can do. You have a roaming, like a Super Mario type kind of thing, as you can see running around, which here I would guess you would see frame drops. As you can see, we got 30 FPS from 60. Alright. But as you can see, it looks smooth to me. And it is a really fun game to play, especially on this phone. Look at the beautiful screen, look how sharp it looks. Honestly, don't get why people compare this phone to the Motorola Razr. You can see we went up to 60 FPS here. The difference between this is you get a big screen instead of a small one, so I really like that. It's just a shame it's so thick when it's folded. As you can see, we're getting 30 to 40 FPS. So nice and smooth, 30 FPS, I don't see it going below that, so at least we're getting a nice and smooth game. Here you can see even transforming out, we didn't get any frame drops, nice and stable. So this was Crash Tag Team Racing. Moving on to Sonic Heroes. This game does have a bug on this version for some reason. We're getting this weird floor. You can see how it is. So I'm just going to quickly change to the other version. So on this version you shouldn't see that kind of bug, but there, you see the floor is the normal color. So the frames are pretty stable at 60 FPS. You shouldn't be getting any frame drops. If you are, you need to change the settings. This part normally has some frame drop issues, but we'll see how it does. Nope, 60 FPS. Oops. So as you can see, nice and smooth gameplay. Just Super Smash Bros. So this game, I think there is some lag, I'm not sure, we'll see. Wow, ended that quick. I didn't know I could end it that quick. So there is some lag, but it's not noticeable, and it is showing 60 FPS, so that's a good sign. Yeah, 60 FPS, nice and smooth. So, that was Super Smash Bros. Melee. Moving on is Starfox Assault. So this is just a spaceship kind of game. A flying type of game. But if you're into this, this does run 60 FPS as well, so. I'm just glad they put the Snapdragon 855 in this instead of Exynos, even in England, which is normally Exynos processors. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want more of these kinds of videos, and of course if you can, check out my website. I'm trying to get a few viewers there as well. I upload all of my videos there too, so should be able to see it. Slick4tech.com is the name. Now moving on, we have Simpsons Hit and Run. So I will be testing out Damon PS2 as well on this phone, as well as Wii games from Dolphin Emulator, and how to play GTA 5 online on the Galaxy Fold 2, hopefully as well. I'll make all of these videos for you, so don't forget to subscribe if you can. Trying to get 1,000 subs as soon as possible. You don't have to though, it's not too important. Just watching this video is enough for me. Now, as you can see, we're getting 60 FPS with very minimal frame drops, and it's very smooth. There, we dropped to 53 FPS there, but still nice and smooth. Driving is no problem in this for this phone. Looks like my car's damaged. Let's go change it.
Well, it's about time.
This is gonna get damaged very quickly, so I gotta be careful. I think a few trees would damage this, let alone a crash. As you can see, we're getting 60 FPS, but there are still frame drop issues. Whee! Let's go for one last jump and then change it. Nice! And we destroyed the car. So that was Simpsons Hit and Run. Let's move on to the next game. This was my favorite PS2 game. It was Hot Wheels World Race. This should be running 60 FPS even on 4K, to be honest, so you could play around with it since this is a very light game on the graphics. As you can see, 60 FPS, no frame drops whatsoever, completely stable. We'll do a single jump and then change and move on to the next game. Yeah. I really did love this game back in the day. I think it was over 15 years now. Okay, moving on. That was Hot Wheels World Race. Next is Aggressive Inline. This is a rollerblade game. So 60 FPS again. Wow. Honestly thought I was gonna die. See, nice and smooth, 60 FPS, doing everything possible. So moving on, now we got Incredibles Rise of the Underminer.
To that madman before he destroys the whole city. Then what are we waiting for?
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
So we're getting 50 FPS here. But we are getting frame drops. As you can see, it's a bit laggy. Let's change to Frozen. How do you change? So I want to change character, but it's not letting me. There it is. So you'd see we are getting some frame drops, but this is a very graphical kind of scene, so it's kind of expected. Look at all of the fire and everything. These would cause frame drops, but still very playable. So mostly it's at 50 FPS. Moving on, Luigi's Mansion. I have quite a few save states for this one. So this is just a cutscene type of thing. You can see we're at stable 30 FPS, and for the actual game, okay, let's skip all of this. So as you can see for the game, we did get some frame drops, but so mostly 30 FPS, that's good. Moving on, Mario Kart Double Dash. Oops. So there's already some lag, but once we're actually moving, should be fine. 60 FPS, that's only for starting the game. See, there was some lag, but it's going away now, so it's good. Yahoo! Completely playable. Much better than the new Mario Kart game on Android. I don't know why people actually like that, when you could play these kinds of games. Good to go. So 60 FPS stable. Moving on, Super Mario Sunshine. This was quite graphical when I knew about it. Yeah. Wrong save state. Let's go to a different one. Okay. So as you can see, there was some frame drops, 23 FPS, but let's move around a bit to make sure it's not just from starting the game. As you can see, we are getting some. Nice and smooth, 30 FPS, completely playable. Go underwater a bit. As you can see, we're getting nice 30 FPS. So that was Super Mario Sunshine. Need for Speed Most Wanted is the next game. So now we're coming to more graphical games. Since these are racing games are always normally more graphical than other games. But look, very nice quality, 720p again, don't forget it's not running on the default resolution, so if you want better performance you can always switch to that, but you don't need to. Look, 60 FPS. Need for Speed Most Wanted on GameCube, running perfectly smooth. Do we have nitros? I don't even know. Yeah, we do. Let's try and beat the guy. Pac-Man World 3 is open world, similar to Super Mario. So let's run around a bit. As you can see, we are getting 60 FPS. Don't know why I keep rolling down. Come on, jump up. don't know how to do this. Let's just run around a bit. It does seem to have some kind of graphical glitch right now. It might be to do with the Dolphin version, because there's like some kind of 3D effect on him. I'm not sure if you could see it in the video. But as you can see, we are getting a stable 60 FPS even for this game. We did drop to 57 FPS there, but that should be fine. No extreme frame drops, thankfully. Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time. So, another very graphical game. You can see we are on 30 FPS, but there may be some frame drops. I don't know if this is supposed to be slow-mo, because we didn't get any frame drops there. There, 30 FPS. No issues there yet. Let's go to the second save state.
From the moment my sword tasted blood, I knew this would not be my way. I would win my father's praise, not by killing.
So as you can see, the cutscenes are still showing 30 FPS. Let's see if we can fight anyone. The 30 FPS, no frame drops whatsoever. So moving on, that was Prince of Persia Sands of Time. Where's the next game? We have SpongeBob SquarePants. Battle for Bikini Bottom. Now this has a lot of graphical issues, just like the Sonic Heroes one for this version. So I would recommend playing this on the normal Dolphin version, which is on the Google Play Store. But in terms of graphical settings, you can see we are running 60 FPS and it's on 720p. I don't know what he's doing here. So, SpongeBob SquarePants done. Soul Calibur 2 is the next game. So 60 FPS. FPS as expected, easily run. Spyro Enter the Dragonfly. Now this is a very graphical game, so this will have frame drops, no doubt. As you see, we are getting 30 FPS, but different areas might even take you to 60 FPS, like here, which shows that we are basically playing with a lot of lag. But thankfully, due to sync on skip idle being on, you do not notice the lag. Thankfully.
Ouch.
There's some lag, we went to 20 FPS right there. So 40 FPS, 50, we're getting all kinds of frames for this, unfortunately. Starfox Adventures. So this is one of the most graphical scenes since there's rain, fire, everything. There will be frame drops, no doubt. But thankfully, most of the time we are getting 60 FPS. You can see I'm running around. Everything's possible here. And of course, if I go to other scenes, like here, you can see 60 FPS, drop to 51 FPS there. So it seems alright. Seems perfectly stable, 60 FPS, Starfox Adventures. And even the cutscenes, 54, 50 FPS it dropped to. But seems fine, seems good. True Crime Streets of LA, this is like GTA but very old as well, so this should be getting frame drops. Quite expected, actually. Let's punch some people first. So 25 FPS, I haven't noticed any frame drops just yet. Honestly, I don't even know how to get in the car. So far we are on a stable 25 FPS, so all good. Shows that we're not getting any frame drops and it is completely playable. Yeah, I'm even crashing everywhere. Still 25 FPS. So if anyone wants to play this, you can. Completely playable. We did get one frame drop to 24 FPS. Time Splitters 2. The first one wasn't too good on FPS count, but this one is running perfectly smooth at 60 FPS. I don't even know where they are. Oh, terrible at this game. You can see with all this fast action, I'm still getting a nice smooth 60 FPS, so all good. Screaming. Okay, 60 FPS for Time Splitters 2. That's perfect. Need for Speed Underground 2. This is very graphical, so don't expect too much from it. We are on 30 FPS, so that's a good sign compared to other phones I remember testing this on. We used to get about 10 FPS, 15 FPS, so... Oh, so it's naturally 60 FPS and it went down to 30 FPS. Interesting. As you can see now that there's not... Yeah, we're getting some crazy frame drops. still impressive that I can handle to play this smooth. 45 FPS. Would be good if I had some kind of frame limiting feature to make it stable at 30 FPS, but what can you do? 40, 30 FPS, 45 FPS, very random. But again, it is Need for Speed Underground 2, and I cannot drive whatsoever. Moving on. Need for Speed Carbon. Even newer Need for Speed game. Let's drive around and see how well this phone can perform. As you can see, we're getting 60 FPS, so much better than the Need for Speed Underground 2 in terms of FPS. Now this might be due to just one other car racing against me. Maybe if there were more, it would be more to load and more frame drops, but for now this is completely stable. As you can see. We did get some frame drops, but it was only to 57 FPS now. This is another scene. As you can see, more cars are behind me and around me. So that's why we're getting 42 FPS instead of 60. But still, very playable. That's the slow motion feature you can do in this game. So 50 FPS, pretty stable. We do get some drops to 45 FPS or 42 FPS, but in general, I would say this is playable. Again, depends on your preference and how patient you are with lag. Now moving on, the next game is SSX Free. So this is a snowboarding game.
Hey, what's up everybody? This is Mike from MXPX and you're listening to EA.
And we are getting 60 FPS stable. I don't even know what I just did there, but nice, smooth, 60 FPS. So the next game we have is Sonic Riders. And as expected from the Snapdragon 855, we are getting a smooth 60 FPS. .60 FPS, perfectly smooth. Next and final game is Pokemon. So let it load and let's see what we're getting. As you can see, we have some frame drops to 22 FPS. And even 6 FPS, so it's not the smoothest, unfortunately. And in terms of when you are free roaming, again, some frame drops to 26 FPS. Oh, complete lag. So you do not want to play this. It basically crashed the phone. So maybe play it on a different Dolphin version, maybe the official version, and see what happens. Anyways, hopefully this video was informative and helpful for you who want to see this, or if enjoyable, if you want to see gaming done on this beautiful Samsung Galaxy Fold, which I am truly in love with, because it is truly a beautiful phone. Beautiful screen, foldable, and you could take it anywhere you want with you. I don't know why anyone would want to play on this screen, but if you do want to play on it, go Naruto. You should be able to even play on this screen, to be honest. Yep. So yeah, you can play on this screen, but why would you when you can play on this screen? Right? So thanks again for watching, guys. Hope you had a great time. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you can. It would be very helpful. And like if you liked the video, dislike if you disliked it, and of course leave a comment below. And don't forget to check out my website slick4tech.com if you ever get the time. Thanks again. Bye bye, guys.